Hello and welcome to Spatula Bachelor Quick Bites. Today we're going to be making some sweet and sour tofu. It's going to be quick and I'm going to show you how to make a nice sweet and sour sauce that you can use anytime. Okay, so to get started we're going to need some ketchup, soy sauce, sugar, any kind of vinegar you have. I've just got some apple cider vinegar right here, and potato starch. You can also use cornstarch, that's what they normally use, but I don't have any right now, so we're just going to use some cornstarch. So, start out, let's get 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Okay. Now, we're going to need 1/3 of a cup of vinegar. Then 2/3 of a cup of water. Then 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. You can use light or normal soy sauce. I like to use normal. Oof, just it. There we go. And then 1 tablespoon of ketchup. I think that's about right. There we go. And 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. One, 2. Then I'm just gonna mix that up with a spoon. Nice and easy. Now you might think that ketchup is a weird thing to add into a sweet and sour sauce. Well, it's actually really good because it has a mixture of sugar and vinegar already in it. So it really mixes well with everything else that we're adding. And as weird as it seems, it actually has like history. There are honorary and honored chefs in Hong Kong who say to use high quality ketchup in your sweet and sour sauce. So as weird as it seems, it's actually pretty normal. And next up, we're just going to take our tofu and press it out a little bit to get that water out. I've already used about half of this tofu for myself, but I'm going to use the rest. I'm just going to press out all that liquid. You can leave in some of it. You have to press it till it's nice and dry, really. That'll give you a much softer texture when you eat it. But I kind of like mine to be a little bit more firm, a little bit more like a hard cheese rather than a squishy tofu block. Okay. So we can just leave that for a second. And we're back. And it's a lot drier. Yeah. So you grab a knife and cut up into big old slabs. And just cut those slabs in half. So you got about a nice little bite-sized piece. And there we go. Now, first we're gonna cook these in the pan, and then once they're cooked up a little bit, we're gonna take them out, let them sit for a second, cook up some garlic, and then cook it all together with the sweet and sour sauce. Now just take a little bit of oil and coat your pan. Place your tofu right in there, and we're gonna let it cook for about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been cooking for about 5 minutes, and you can just take one, like a little piece like this, and check it out. See if there's a nice little bit of brown, and just grab all the pieces and flip them over. Now, the reason we're cooking the tofu before we put it in any sauce is because we want a nice brown crust. And that's going to be a lot harder to get once it's all soaked up full of sauce and juices. And there you go. Just let them cook again for just about as long. A little bit shorter because it doesn't have time to really heat up. Okay, so as soon as it's done cooking, just take it right out and put it into a nice bowl. And just leave that pan for a second because we're going to use it again. Okay, now that you've got that tofu cooked up, just take 1 clove of garlic and grab out about 1 head and grab out about 2 cloves. Right now, give them a crush. And once it's all mixed up, we're just going to put it into the pan. Let's go. Now we're just going to take our garlic and we're just going to let it cook in the pan for a few minutes till it gets fragrant. While that's cooking, if you want to grab a little bit of ground ginger, you can. You can add this in once we add in the sauce. It's totally up to you. Some people don't like the taste of ginger, so just aside. Okay, and now that our garlic's cooked up a little bit, just add in all that sweet and sour sauce. And we're just going to let that cook down for a little bit and add in about 1 to 2 teaspoons of ginger. I'm just going to add in about 1.5. While this is cooking, you just want to keep stirring it, keep it nice and moving. Now after about 1 to 2 minutes, you're going to see this is a lot more saucy. So once you see it starts to look like that, you add back in your tofu. Just add it all back in and let it cook down again until it's just as thick as you want it to be. Make sure that everything is covered. That will get you the most flavor into your tofu. For me, that's nice and saucy enough. So, I'm just going to take this off the heat and just plate it right from here. So I'm just adding in a little bit of microwave broccoli. Just frozen, throw in the microwave. It's real good. But let's try out this tofu first. That is delicious. This is really great over some rice or just with other vegetables. You can add in mushrooms or onions or even some carrots or those little baby corns. But this sweet and sour sauce was easy as hell to make that you could see. So you can add it to anything that calls for it, or just use it as a dipping sauce for lots of things. So, that's Spatula Bachelor Quick Bites. See you next time. Hey bud, wanna try a nip?